Can you tell if it's human or AI? I'm Hewie Poplock.
Have you ever looked at something online and wondered, was this created by a human or an AI? It's getting harder to tell, and that's exactly why we're here. Let's dive into what's changing, why it matters, and how you can spot the difference. So why does it even matter if something was created by AI? Well, AI-generated content is popping up everywhere, and it's not always clearly labeled. That means what you read, watch, or even believe might be shaped by something artificial. If it's misleading, it can impact real decisions in your life. Let's unpack that. From scams and hoaxes to fake news, AI-generated content can mess with our trust. People often share things that feel urgent or emotional without checking the facts. The more believable it looks, the easier it spreads. That's why learning to pause, even for a moment, can protect you from being misled. This is about getting familiar with AI text detection tools, because visual fakes aren't the only issue. There's a whole lineup of tools built to spot AI-generated text. GPTZero is a favorite thanks to its free access and educator focus. Originality.ai takes the pro route with high accuracy, great for serious content verification. Then you've got Sapling, Copyleaks, and Writer.com, each with their own scoring systems and features depending on what people need. There's no one-size-fits-all tool, and that being aware of these options helps sharpen our instincts across the board. Let's focus on how GPTZero fits into the real-world toolkit, especially in education. It's built to help spot AI-written essays or homework. It uses metrics like perplexity and burstiness, fancy terms, but the idea is simple. It measures how predictable or varied the writing is. It's free and user-friendly, which makes it appealing. But here's the catch. It can flag very formal human writing by mistake. So the takeaway here is to use it as a guide, not gospel. Encourage a balanced view, use the tool but stay thoughtful about the results. Originality.ai is a go-to tool for serious content checkers. It's known for high accuracy. It can detect AI text from models like GPT-3 and GPT-4, which makes it super useful for publishers and educators. It also does plagiarism detection, so it's like a two-in-one verification tool. But here's the practical bit. It runs on a paid credit system, with only a limited free trial. So if you want to use it regularly, you'll need to plan for that cost. It's powerful and precise, but not free, so budgeting matters. Next, we shine a light on Writer.com's AI detector. It's designed for speed and simplicity, especially in the corporate and marketing world. If you're scanning product descriptions, email copy, or internal communications, this tool delivers fast insights with a user-friendly setup. That said, it's less effective when you venture into creative writing or text that have been heavily reworded. The key message? Writer.com is great for business content, but should be paired with other detectors for a full, well-rounded analysis. Use it as part of your toolkit, not your only tool. AI text detectors aren't perfect. They can misinterpret human-written content as AI-generated, especially when the writing is formal, structured, or polished. On the flip side, AI-generated text can be cleverly reworked to slip past detection tools. That's why it's critical to treat these detectors as guides, not definitive proof. They're useful indicators, yes, but the real insight comes from combining these tools with human judgment and context. Think of them as part of your decision-making toolkit, not the final word.
Thanks, Phil. I'll take it from here. When spotting AI-generated images, look for telltale signs like extra fingers, distorted glasses, or unnatural lighting. Repetitive patterns such as tiled bricks or missing or unusual metadata can also indicate AI origin. This visual clues help identify manipulated or synthetic images. Popular AI image detectors include Hive Moderation, which offers fast browser-based scanning, and AI or Not, known for its simple drag-and-drop interface. Other tools like Photo Forensics and Metadata2Go provide deeper analysis, including metadata inspection and error level analysis, useful for verifying image authenticity. Hive Moderation specializes in detecting AI-generated images from popular models like DALL-E and Midjourney. It is frequently updated to keep pace with new AI technologies, making it reliable for content moderation. However, its free usage is limited, and it's designed more for large-scale applications than casual users. This screenshot shows a photo opened inside a web browser. Since I have Hive Detector extension installed, I right-clicked on the image. In the drop-down menu that appeared, one of the available options was Hive AI Detector. I selected that option to check whether the photo might have been created with AI. After running the Hive Detector, it analyzed the image and reported that it was 91% likely to have been AI generated. The tool also provided a breakdown of which AI models may have contributed to creating it, with the main ones being ChatGPT-4o, Flux, and Ideogram. This next photo has the look and feel of something from the 1960s or 70s. When I ran it through the Hive Detector, the results showed that it was very unlikely to be AI generated. In fact, the tool gave it only 1.4% chance of being created by AI. This photo shows the strawberry moon shining over Niagara Falls, a scene that looks almost too perfect. When I ran it through the Hive Detector, the results showed it was 97.8% likely to be AI generated. The analysis suggests that Adobe's Firefly was probably the tool used to create this very realistic image. Digital content credentials based on the C2PA standard create a digital chain of custody for media. This technology helps confirm the authenticity of images and videos from capture to display, gaining support from major tech companies and publishers to combat misinformation. Seniors are increasingly targeted by AI-driven scams, such as fake charities and grandparent frauds. False images and stories spread rapidly on social media, making it vital to perform quick verification checks to avoid costly mistakes and protect vulnerable populations. To stay safe, pause when content seems overly polished or dramatic. Zoom in on images to inspect details closely, and use free online tools to verify authenticity before sharing. These simple habits can significantly reduce the risk of spreading misinformation. Maintaining curiosity is key to spotting fakes. You don't need advanced technical skills. Combining available detection tools with common sense and vigilance helps protect yourself and others from misinformation, AI-generated deception. The C2PA standard is widely adopted by cameras, editing software, and newsrooms to verify photo authenticity. By embedding content credentials, it creates a trusted chain of custody that supports efforts to combat misinformation and maintain media integrity. Wikipedia editors have put together a guide called Signs of AI Writing. Unlike AI detectors, which can be fooled, this guide shows you what to look for in the style of writing. AI text often feels oddly polished, but also bland and repetitive. Watch for clichés, overly formal tone, and consistent use of words like fascinating or captivating. Also notice transitions, like in summary or overall, that pop up too often. Another telltale is the rule of three. AI models know that humans love groups of three, so they churn them out consistently. You'll often see descriptors bundled neatly into threes, like creative, smart, and funny. It makes the writing sound smooth, but after a while it feels robotic. Humans use variety while AI sticks to patterns. AI writing tends to inflate importance of everything. A sunset doesn't just look nice, it's a captivating symbol of human resilience. A cat isn't just cute, it's a majestic companion representing mystery. That kind of overwrought symbolism is a big clue that words weren't written by a person. Interestingly, a lot of these tricks aren't bad writing by themselves. In fact, if a person uses them once in a while, they can be powerful. But AI leans on them too heavily. The result is something that looks well written but says very little. It's like an essay that sounds impressive at first, but falls apart when you ask, what's the actual point? The good news is that these patterns are easy to spot once you know them. If you're unsure whether something's AI generated, compare it to the checklist. Too many clichés, transitions, or rule of three phrases? Probably AI. Then, if you're using AI tools yourself, you can actually paste this list into the chatbot and tell it to avoid those habits, making the writing sound much more natural. This checklist isn't just for spotting AI writing. It's also useful for improving your own. As a reader, trust your instincts. If it feels off, check against these patterns. As a writer, you can use the list to clean up your drafts, remove overused phrases, and mix up transitions, and always verify citations. And as an editor, the checklist is a practical way to make AI-assisted text sound more human. Wikipedia editors warn that AI writing often exaggerates ordinary subjects, turning them into symbols and making them sound more important than they really are. It also leans on overly promotional words like breathtaking or must see, which feel out the place in factual writing. Another giveaway is editorializing. Phrases like, it's important to note, or no discussion would be complete without, are signs of AI influence rather than neutral human writing. AI-generated text often sounds smooth because it uses a lot of transition words, but too many can make it feel artificial. So it also overuses summary phrases like in summary or overall, and structures like not only, but also. Another classic sign is the rule of three, list of three traits or ideas that sound catchy but repetitive. Finally, be wary of vague claims like experts say or studies show without any real evidence. Another modern AI tell is the phrase, let's dive into it, which shows up in countless AI outputs as a default way to begin an explanation. Humans rarely use it often, but AI writing leans on it as a stock opening. AI sometimes tries to hide weak content with flashy formatting, lots of bullet points, bolded words, or heavy use of em dashes and ellipses. Watch for punctuation quirks too. Curly quotes or odd apostrophes often creep into AI text. These technical details may seem small, but they're reliable signs that a piece of text could be machine generated. Here's something that often confuses both people and AI: the different types of dashes. On this slide, we see three main ones. First, the hyphen. It's the shortest and is used to connect words. Of the three, it's the one on most keyboards. Next is the M dash. It's the longest and is used for dramatic pauses or breaks in a sentence. You'll often see it in an AI developed text. And finally, the N dash, commonly used to show ranges of numbers or years. Here are some examples of each of them. Another clear sign is citation problems. AI will sometimes invent citations, DOIs, or ISBNs that don't exist. Other times it will drop in placeholder text or irrelevant links. And perhaps the easiest giveaway is chatbot style phrasing like, as of my last training update. If you see these, chances are strong the writing came from AI. AI generated videos often contain subtle but noticeable glitches. Looking closely for blinking inconsistencies, jerky or unnatural motion, or strange warping effects. Lighting may also appear inconsistent, and backgrounds can sometimes look mismatched. On the audio side, AI speech may sound very overly smooth, lack natural emotion, or have odd pauses. You may also hear artifacts where pieces of audio were stitched together. Meta has started labeling AI generated or AI modified content on Facebook and Instagram. You can look for an AI info label by tapping on the post menu. However, it's not always accurate. Sometimes real photos are mislabeled and AI content can slip through unlabeled. Researchers are working on tools like GenVidBench and DavidXR1 that use advanced analysis to detect AI-generated videos. They focus on motion patterns, geometric inconsistencies, and artifact detection. While these tools aren't yet widely available to the public, they show that AI-generated content still has detectable flaws. When evaluating a suspicious video, start by scanning for glitches in the visuals, audio, or lip syncing. Check if Meta has flagged it with an AI info label. Look at the source. If it's dubious or unknown account, be skeptical. Finally, you can reverse search key frames from the video to see if the images appear elsewhere. While there's rarely a definitive test for everyday users, combining these steps can help you make cautious judgment. AI hoaxes disproportionately affect seniors through scams like fake charities and impersonation cons. These deceptive tactics often use fabricated images and stories, emphasizing the need for awareness and protective measures tailored to older adults. Protecting yourself involves pausing before sharing or clicking on suspicious content. Utilizing verification tools to double-check information can prevent falling victim to scams or misinformation, especially in an environment where AI-generated content is prevalent. Developing smart digital habits is crucial. If content seems too perfect or polished, take a closer look. Zooming in on photos to check for inconsistencies or anomalies can reveal signs of manipulation or AI generation, helping you avoid being misled. The final takeaway emphasizes balancing common sense with AI detection tools. Staying informed about AI capabilities and sharing knowledge with others strengthens collective resilience against misinformation and helps maintain trust in digital content. You don't need to be a tech expert to navigate AI-generated content. Curiosity and a willingness to learn remain your best defenses. By staying alert and engaged, you can confidently identify and respond to AI-driven disinformation. Can you tell if it's human or AI? I'm Hewie Poplock.